You remember from the first episode of last season that, due to a last-minute rerouting of my flight to Milan via Munich, I was obliged to take the bus from Como on my way to Bellagio last year. This year, I arrived in Como in time to get a great boat connection. Traveling up Lake Como by boat is by far the best mode of transportation for getting one's pulse down to where it should be. It's also by far the best way to enjoy the scenery on both shores of the lake. There are plenty of villas lining the shore, both the famous ones you can visit, as well as any number of smaller private villas where only local residents know who the owners are and when they're around to use their summer homes. Countless towns terracing the hills, of course, too. Here, just one example, Osuccio, between Sala Comacina and Lenno in the central area of the lake. Not very far from the Villa del Balbianello, possibly the most photogenic villa of all. Aside from the woods in between the towns and villas, and the mountains which rise above the tree line, there's always the lake itself, which I find invariably hypnotizing. Seen from the boat, it's almost always dark green, at least in the middle of the day. And then there are the vistas of the lake's expanses up to the north, along with the looks back to the south. By 1:30, I was comfortably seated underneath the pergola in the front row on the terrace at Silvio's, waiting for lunch. Rosa di Norcia, or prosciutto from Umbria with cantaloupe to start out. Gnocchi with pesto alla moda vecchia to continue. The old-fashioned style means with green beans, in addition to the famous ground basil and pine nut mixture. An afternoon spent on the terrace in the sun, and when the sun waned, another view I never get tired of. Dinner back on the restaurant terrace, this time with another of my favorites to cap a great arrival day. Eggplant caponata with pantelleria capers, along with a small burrata. Staying with the Sicilian motif, a nice half bottle of Grillo, possibly the leading indigenous Sicilian white variety. This one, an Altavilla della Corte from the Firiato winery near Trapani. A grilled butterflied fillet of lavarello, or lavare, or whitefish, together with the standard Silvio side dishes of potatoes and zucchini for my secondo to go with the wine. And a Bavarese with fresh berries and a nectarine slice to wrap up. Some 18 hours after my alarm had rung, I was ready for a good night's sleep.